28 major stadiums in just a few months. We listed every stadium worldwide opened in 2025 with a capacity above 15,000. And here's the result: 28 venues from around the world. You decide which one is the best. The Stadium of the Year vote will once again crown the best stadium. Right now on StadiumDB.com, you can already pick your top 5. We'll show you how to vote at the end of the video. And now, let's dive into the stadiums: Morocco, England, South America, and much more. Let's begin. StadiumDB.com presents 28 massive stadiums revealed in 2025. Estadio Luis Pirata Fuente, capacity 22,500, Boca del Rio. We begin in the port city of Veracruz, where the new structure faithfully recreates the classic rectangular layout, preserving the spirit of its predecessor. VIP boxes and lighting are located in the corners. The whole structure is wrapped in a decorative mesh, and a light roof has appeared above the stands along the sidelines. Unfortunately, following the collapse of the local Sharks, the stadium still has no permanent host. Claro Arena, capacity 20,249, Santiago. One of the most interesting projects in South America, literally glued to the slopes of the Andes. A second tier has risen above the old stands, closing the body into an elegant rectangle with characteristic indentations in the corners. The whole thing is covered by a flat, slightly concave roof, but the show is stolen by the facade. It uses natural wood, characteristic of Chilean architecture. Dickinson Stadium, capacity 52,769, Liverpool. After 133 years of legendary service at Goodison Park, Everton has moved to the banks of the River Mersey. The new home of the Toffees was built on the site of an old dock. The stadium is an architectural play of contrasts, a massive brick base and a modern light crown of metal and glass that adds dynamism. Inside, an impressive south stand awaits. The construction of this colossus was one of the reasons Liverpool lost its UNESCO heritage status. But in return, it gained one of the most modern arenas in Europe, already selected for Euro 2028. Arena Katowice, capacity 15,048, Katowice. The local club finally has a home worthy of the Polish league. Architecturally, it is elegant in its purest form. The rectangular shape is surrounded by a colonnade of thin, reinforced concrete pillars that support a flat roof, and the stadium itself is fused with a sports hall with 3,000 seats. The stadium itself holds 15,000 spectators on single-tier stands in the club's colors. Nacyjanalny Futbolny Stadion, capacity 33,145, Minsk. This investment is the first example of Chinese stadium diplomacy in Europe. The project is dripping with symbolism. The facade of 472 steel slats waves in a sine wave shape, hiding a red coating referring to national colors behind them. The roof is decorated with a traditional Belarusian ornament, and interestingly, a monument to Chinese-Belarusian friendship has even been placed next to the stadium. Stade Al Medina, capacity 18,000, Rabat. On the site of the modest Stade Al Barid pitch, a modern stadium for the Union Tuarga Sport Club has sprung up in a flash. The designers opted for an interesting shape. The stands are higher along the pitch and slope gently behind the goals. The whole thing is bound by a uniform, white skin with diamond cutouts, which flows seamlessly from the facade into the roof. Stade Moulay El Hassan, capacity 22,000, Rabat. Another investment pearl of Rabat, built on the site of a worn-out facility. It stands out with a compact, closed body with a decorative facade illuminated at night. Inside, two-tier stands await, arranged in a typical football rectangle, without a track, close to the pitch, and fully roofed. An interesting detail is the folding seats in the colors of the Moroccan flag. Stade Olympique de Rabat, capacity 21,000, Rabat. This facility is the best proof of how to reconcile football with athletics. Architecturally, it is distinguished by a crescent-shaped roof over the main stand and a raw steel frame over the opposite side, on which screens are suspended. An interesting, slightly old-school detail is the deep moat that separates the fans from the 9-lane track. Stade Prince Moulay Abdellah, capacity 68,700, Rabat. Architecturally, this is a masterpiece. The stadium is enveloped by a monumental metal shell that seamlessly connects the roof with the facade, giving it a streamlined shape. It is worth paying attention to the details. The facade is decorated with panels inspired by palm leaves, which play with light at night. Inside, the south stand with its massive, uniform upper tier makes the biggest impression. This is a venue ready for the world's biggest spectacles, including the World Cup in 2030. Grand Stade de Tanger, capacity 75,600, Tangier. And this is another giant that has undergone an extraordinary transformation with the Moroccan World Cup in mind. The metamorphosis involved removing the track, lowering the pitch, and adding new rows of stands right next to the field. However, the architectural trace of the former function remains. The upper tiers behind the goals still have the shape of sharply curved arcs. A new, shiny facade with huge screens and a full roof has completely changed its image. Benghazi International Stadium, capacity 41,000, Benghazi. This is a stadium that survived a civil war and returned from oblivion. After work resumed in 2023, Turkish engineers completed this 41,000 capacity facility. The stands were finally closed with a second tier on the curves, and the whole thing was wrapped in an impressive triangular facade connected to the roof. Stade Olympique Maréchal Idriss, débit Itno, capacity 30,000, N'Djamena. Chad received a gift from China in the form of a modern national stadium. Architecturally, it is distinguished by an open-work facade of vertical slats and massive diagonal pillars supporting the roof, which give the whole thing a characteristic raw look. Inside, there are seats in the colors of the Chad flag and a standard athletics track. Hoima City Stadium, capacity 20,000, Hoima. This is one of the arenas for the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations 2027. The stadium is a solid structure with an athletics track and fully roofed two-tier stands. The Turkish contractor imposed an incredible pace, finishing construction ahead of schedule. An entire sports complex with a hall and a swimming pool has sprung up next to the stadium. Stade Intwari, capacity 22,000, Bujumbura. After years of forced exile, the national team returns home to a completely new arena. Architecturally, it is a simple, functional facility. Two-tier stands in flag colors with artificial turf instead of natural grass. Only the main stand has gained a membrane roof. The rest remains under the open sky. Which stadium is your favorite? If you can't decide, we'll help you make a choice. Go to stadiumdb.com/Sodi and pick your favorite 5. Ganja Stadium, capacity 15,343, Ganja. In Azerbaijan's second-largest city, they bid farewell to a Soviet-era ruin and bet on modernity. From the outside, the stadium catches the eye with an airy facade of vertical slats, which gives the structure lightness. The new arena has fully roofed stands. Players of the local Kapaz will only play here in the spring of 2026. Thanh Nguyen Stadium, capacity 22,000, Thanh Nguyen. Vietnam is also focusing on development. A modern stadium has grown on the western outskirts of Thanh Nguyen. The design is interesting. Stands surround the track on every side, but those along the pitch are significantly higher, have a second floor and a roof, and stand out with a geometric, bright facade based on a diamond motif. Xi'an Cultural and Sports Center Stadium, capacity 20,105, Xi'an. In Shanxi Province, right next to a high-speed rail station, a massive sports complex has been built. The main 20,000-seat stadium stands out with a white membrane roof, supported by characteristic V-shaped pillars. The architects were inspired here by the traditional architecture of the Han and Tang dynasties, combining it with modernity, which is best seen in the neighboring hall and pool. Xi'an International Football Center, capacity 60,000, Xi'an. In the historic capital of China stands a facility designed by the famous Zaha Hadid architect's studio. The arena combines echoes of ancient dynasties, a rectangular form, characteristic terraces, and red columns, with a futuristic, silvery facade somewhat reminiscent of the new Santiago Bernabeu. The stadium features three-tier, typically football-specific stands, and the seating layout refers to the famous bell tower in Xi'an. The roof is a true feat of engineering. A massive steel skeleton on the outside transitions into a light cable structure with a membrane in the center. Luliang New District Sports Center Stadium, capacity 20,000, Luliang. In a new district of Luliang City stands a complex famous for an unusual construction method. First, a gigantic roof was erected, and only then were the stands poured underneath it. From the outside, the facility is a futuristic shape based on 4 corner supports carrying a parabolic dome. Inside, irregular single-tier stands await, surrounding an athletics track. Shenyang Olympic Sports Center Stadium. Capacity: 30,000. Shenyang. On the eastern outskirts of Shenyang, a facility with an avant-garde form inspired by the Han River and local mountains has been created. The white membrane roofing flows seamlessly into the facade, and the facades are decorated with characteristic diamond patterns. Inside, the stands surround an athletics track, rising to 2 floors along the pitch, and the audience area is integrated with the rest of the complex. Daesheng Sports Center Stadium. Capacity: 20,000. Foshan. In the Shunde district, a sports complex with the futuristic shape of a phoenix in flight has been created. The main body stands out with an avant-garde, silvery coating that seamlessly connects the roof with the facade. Inside, we find stands of varying heights and seats creating a colorful mosaic of white, yellow, and blue. Greater Bay Area Sports Center Stadium. Capacity: 60,000. Guangzhou. On the southern edge of Guangzhou, a giant designed by Zaha Hadid architects has sprung up. The facade refers to historic boats from the Song dynasty, and the roof, styled like a traditional Chinese fan, makes the biggest impression. A characteristic arch lifts the roofing from the east, creating a huge gap through which fans can admire the panorama of the Pearl River. The interior is a multi-purpose arena with a track and blue seats. Shenzhen Sports Center Stadium. Capacity: 45,000. Shenzhen. In the heart of Shenzhen, an old facility was given a new life. The reinforced concrete skeleton of the facade remained untouched, and a massive dome with a glazed center now spreads over the heads of fans. The facility is part of a revitalized complex, which also houses a hall with a retractable roof. Inside, the track has disappeared, and the oval stands have been replaced by typical football-specific 2-tier sectors. Ganzhou National Fitness Center Stadium. Capacity: 45,000. Ganzhou. The body of this facility is covered by an oval metal skin that seamlessly connects the roof with the facade. Although the architects were inspired by the local landscape, residents quickly noticed the resemblance to the famous facility from the capital, giving it the nickname the Bird's Nest of Ganzhou. The interior of the stadium is multifunctional, with an athletics track and 2-tier stands in white and purple. Pingshan Olympic Sports Center Stadium. Capacity: 22,000. Pingshan. In the northern part of the city, a sports complex costing over 1 billion yuan was built, whose architecture is inspired by duckweed, referring to an anecdote about Confucius. Despite this, the whole thing is bound by a uniform, dynamic roof and facade structure, creating a cohesive body. The main arena is a multi-purpose stadium with an athletics track, surrounded by stands on 3 sides. Xi'an Olympic Sports Center Stadium. Capacity: 30,000. Xi'an. The opening was unusual because instead of traditional sports, esports reigned supreme here. The roof of this facility is pure poetry. The structure divides into 2 arms that wrap around the arena, leaving the northern side open. This form is meant to symbolize the long silk sleeves of traditional dance costumes. The main point is a 30,000-seat stadium with an athletics track and stands with 2 tiers along the pitch. Kunshan Football Stadium. Capacity: 45,000. Kunshan. This stadium is an example of modern engineering with a hint of tradition, but also bad luck. It lost the Asian Cup, and the local club went bankrupt just after promotion before it managed to play here. The shape of the arena resembles a traditional Chinese fan and forms a cohesive whole with the roof, which ends with a glazed section over the pitch. Inside, 2-tier stands await in a typical football layout. They are raised relative to the pitch for better visibility, and the seats create a turquoise mosaic. Kaitak Stadium. Capacity: 50,000. Hong Kong. On the site of the world's scariest airport, Kaitak, a sports complex worth nearly $4 billion, has grown. The main stadium is called the Pearl of the Orient, and for good reason. Its facade with 27,000 aluminum panels shimmers with colors and comes alive at night with light animations. Thanks to a massive retractable roof, the facility can turn into a closed hall. Inside, the stands have a typical football layout, but with one exception. The southern side is lower and glazed, creating a gigantic window overlooking Victoria Harbor. This is the end of our intercontinental journey. Now it's your turn. We want the competition to be open and fair, which is why voting is completely free and requires no registration. There is only one restriction. Everyone can vote only once. What's more, we ask you to choose the 5 best stadiums, not just one favorite. To cast a valid vote, go to stadiumdb.com/Saudi. Voting through our platform is the only possible way. Once on the site, you must award stars to the most interesting venues. 5 stars for the best candidate, 4 for the second in order, 3 for the third, 2 for the fourth, and 1 last star for your 5th choice. When you have distributed all the stars, remember to click the Vote button. Otherwise, your vote will not be counted. Due to the limit of 1 vote per person, sharing information about the competition is key. So, let your friends know and share the news about the voting. The more people find out about the competition, the greater the chances of victory for your favorite stadium. Now it's time for you to take another look at the arenas and choose. Go to stadiumdb.com/Saudi and pick your top 5.